Hello everyone, how's it going? I am WoWcrendor, and today I am back with Rob.
Hey, we're doing
Hey.
our Thanksgiving winter season
That's the
ghost
spirit.
special.
Hey.
Don't you like what they did with heirloom gear? Now you can just like equip it
Oh yeah, you're
in
right.
your page. I
Yeah.
know, right? Look, I can look like an idiot right from the get-go. I'm ready to go to TVC.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can just heirlooms and
Oh,
then you...
and you know what I can do? Let's
What?
see. I wonder if you have if you're on par. Are you ready for this? I am the hit of Ironforge. Here I go. Ready? All right. I'm gonna click this one. I'm gonna click this
Oh yeah,
one.
you got all the toys.
Oh man. Every time I come back, I like go and I try to get as many of these stupid things. Here's a foam sword for your adventure if you'd like to have a foam sword.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a Hearthstone board.
Hell yeah.
I'm a proud member of Numbergon. I'm gonna have a balloon. I'm gonna give it a spotlight. Here's a little treasure chest. I don't even know what this does. But what does this do? I'm putting a treasure chest down. There's so many of these. Oh, warning sign.
They got like
What do I want the
22
warning sign to
pages
say?
of toys now.
Help me. I can't stop.
Flying controller. Burning Legion. Some of these you can't even use until you're high level.
I'll put down the big ones. Ready? Here's a picnic basket.
Get the critter.
Where's the... Oh, I can't use this to 80? That's some baloney maloney. Everything's purple. I don't know why, but it's purple now.
Oh! He's a crashing,
Alright, ready? Here we
thrashing
go.
shredder.
We're gonna put a rainbow beam on you.
Oh, what if I
And,
do?
I'm gonna make you dance.
It's not ready. Captica's boots.
And I got a Hearthstone card. And oh, I can't use that. Oh man, so many of these you can't use.
Yeah, I know.
They really let you go nuts though.
Yeah.
At this point. Oh, nice! I don't think I have that one.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
have the
actually
game.
surprised that I didn't use that.
That's a staple.
I feel like that would be like a horde only one.
Yeah, you would think so.
Naga.
I'm a Dark Iron Dwarf. I'm a...
Oh, I got a Brewfest pony! Look at him!
Oh, man. He lets you... Oh, yeah, that's what I got at this last Brewfest.
I don't know what happened to me.
God, you turned to stone.
Sweet. So anyway, for those
Oh, yeah.
who aren't used to so we do this once a year.
Yep.
According to Crandor, this is our 5th year. Cannot
Yep.
confirm that.
I can confirm it through YouTube, unless YouTube's lying to me. But it said year 4 last year. Apparently we're a little early, too, because last year I put this up on the 7th, and right now it's the 2nd we're doing this on. So we're actually...
Well, that's pretty good, because we kept delaying it, because it was like a Thanksgiving thing, but then
Yeah.
we would continuously delay it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, me and Crandor we're like old WoW buddies.
Yeah.
We used to play the internet video games together, and to stay in touch, we get together and we walk across World of Warcraft and talk about random things for 2 hours. It's
Yeah.
like a rare podcast.
Yeah, it's like a rare podcast. It's kind of like a nostalgic, like, tradition now.
Yeah.
And it's the same as,
We'll
like,
keep
every
doing
year.
it until
The hype.
one of us forgets.
Yeah.
Or dies.
Or die.
Or WoW closes down. I guess we could still do it on a private server if WoW closed down, because those probably will exist.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's a fun little thing. And it's like it's like every year you go and you see your family and you're just like, hey, how you doing? And your cousin's like, yeah, I'm on heroin. And you're like, oh, that's cool. I hear that's pretty bad for you. And like, yeah, but it feels great, dude. And you're like, just have fun. And they die.
Is there no level 1 mount? I could have sworn there was like a level... Oh, there is! I knew it! There is a level 1 mount. And I got it!
Oh, yeah.
Franklin Martin could just take me around now.
I don't think I have that. Where do you get that
you're
at?
so jealous. Franklin Martin's taking me to my quest.
Where do you
You're
get that
happy.
at? I don't even... Is that like a... Oh no.
I don't remember what I get this from. Like, so when I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day, I used to not care about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I used to just raid. That's all I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I stopped raiding, I would come back to the WoW expansions for a little bit of nostalgia, and because I generally just like Blizzard games. I'm a big Blizzard supporter. Like I play a lot of Hearthstone. I play a good amount of Overwatch. I'll play Diablo when something's interesting in the season. I play a ton of Heroes of the Storm right now. That game just feels like it keeps getting better. I really like that one. But WoW, I only come back during the expansions. You know, I play as a casual.
Yeah.
So I hit like max level, and then I go get a bunch of stupid things that that amuse me, and then I get bored and move on. That's
Yeah.
I think
That's
that
normally
explains
what I
a
do.
lot of old WoW players. I feel like if they relate to that, they're just like, yeah, I come back, I play for a month, it's a good experience, and then I'll see it for 2 years.
Yeah, because it's like you did your time.
You did my
Back in the
time.
day. Did my
Got over
time.
the nostalgia.
It's
Yeah.
like some
Found a
old
bunch
war
of things
veterans.
to complain about. Back in my day, you didn't get a mount level 1.
These expansions are practically just like the old what are those taverns called for like war veterans?
Oh yeah.
They just like gather together like for every month. It's like those are good times. I like these new things like beer to forget about my problems. And it's like, yeah, well, see you later.
Yeah, we don't really talk necessarily about WoW in this either. So if you're like, oh, that sounds awesome, I'm ready for a WoW nostalgic podcast, we don't even do that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. I mean, when I play WoW, I don't even talk about WoW really. So, I mean, if anywhere's gonna be used to it, it's probably here.
What's your game of 2016? You got one yet?
Game of 2016. Well, according
Oh,
to
we
the
didn't make-
Gamer Awards,
I want
it's
a rule.
Overwatch.
I want a rule. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a rule down because this has been a divisive year, thanks to somebody's country. So no politics discussion, no politics jokes. Okay, I don't want
Right.
to pass a wall and you be like, we're gonna make it 5 feet taller. Okay, no,
I promise
no
you.
political memes.
We will not
There's no
have any
barring.
walls. I can't
You see
even.
an orange man, you say nothing. Okay, you just walk on by, make no
Yeah,
comments.
just keep on walking. No send them back to Mexico jokes. No. None
No,
of
see,
that.
if you want to do it right, you'd be like, hey, we're gonna send those drain eyes back to the old world.
Yeah.
Go
even
back
then-
to Draenor.
Even then, we're starting to creep into that territory.
Yeah.
So, all right, that'll be the rule.
Favorite game of 2016, though. What do you think?
Well, like I said, according to the Gamer Awards, it's Overwatch, but I didn't watch the Gamer Awards, and whenever I turned it on, they were just singing and
But
rapping.
this isn't the Game Awards. This is the Crendor. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
a good game. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Your favorite game. If people are like, that's not the favorite game. It's like, wait, no, it's your favorite game. You could tell me it's like, well, I played this really good harem storybook adventure, and I'll be like, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's your favorite game. You play whatever you want.
Let's see. What did I play? So obviously there's Overwatch, but I feel like Overwatch is just too blah.
I like Overwatch.
I
think
love
it's a great
Overwatch.
game, but I think I played so much TF2 that as much as I like it, it's the type of game I can like play like for a round or two, and then I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's definitely you just play it in kind of like a spurt, and then you're like, all right, I'm good. I always love Blood Bowl. I don't know if you've ever played Blood Bowl.
I've watched you play it.
Yeah, it's just Warhammer, but like a football sport type thing. So I love
Did they
that.
make a new version or a new
Yeah,
DLC? Or
they made Blood Bowl 2, which is like better graphics, way better UI. They're like slowly adding in races, but like it's another one of those games where you can't play a whole lot of it.
yeah.
So
I've noticed a lot of games are just like that these days,
yeah,
man. And like Blizzard even knows this. They design all their games to be played in like 10 minutes.
yeah.
We got a friend.
Oh whoa, hey,
Greetings, traveler.
Oh, you
catch
got
up.
a little red thing around you now.
Hold
You got a
on.
text bubble. I didn't know
Traveler, please wait. Please wait. I have important news. Yeah, she's gone.
that. Yep, they're gone. They're long
That
gone.
person is gonna regret it. Through Weethel
This
the
is like
Explorer.
You ever have that thing where you're like out somewhere and someone like starts yelling at you like, "Hey, hey, yeah, you," and you just like keep walking, like don't make eye
thing
contact.
is, I love those type of engagements and role play encounters. So as long as if I respond to them and they go, "You suck," then okay, I might just keep walking. But I really feel like sometimes people like will watch like role playing videos and be like, "Man, how come nothing ever cool happens to me?" But you just don't notice sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it happens to me all the time. Like you'll meet somebody and they'll say something and you just respond to it, and suddenly you're in the thick of things.
Yeah, one response.
And honestly, even if you didn't play on a role play server, anytime I talk to people about World of Warcraft and talk about, hey, what's your favorite thing? It almost always involve like, I met these random people, we did some stuff, and it was really cool and fun.
Yeah, it's just like spontaneous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the game of I think Legion. Legion is also like, I don't know. There's like, I feel like I'm missing out on games. That's the only reason I'm like not picking one.
Well, I mean, even if it's your favorite game, so it doesn't have to be like, it's whatever game you played. I didn't play that much this year,
Yeah.
I played Legion. I played a lot of Hearthstone and a lot of the other Blizzard games. I played No Man's Sky, but I played it last week. So I played it after this most recent PC patch.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like that one person who like, I understand why people complain about the game, but I went and played it with their new like survival mode and everything, and it was fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really fun. Like in their new survival mode that they released, I played like the hard mode, and then after about 3 hours getting my ass kicked, I went and saw what the normal game is.
Yeah.
Man, it's a completely different experience. Like you'll start out on a planet where it's like really hot or toxic or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have none of your starting supplies. Your ship is 15 minutes away. You have to repair your ship, and that material is 15 minutes away. And you have no idea how to get air for your suit, so you just die 20 times in a row until you figure it out. And there's very few games I've ever played that are that punishing and like just drop you in the ocean. So it's kind of like most games these days are like tutorial city, but that one kind of just assumes, oh hey Pimmy.
My biggest issue
Hello,
with
my
it,
friends.
My biggest like issue with No Man's Sky was just the fact that your inventory was so small, and then it wanted you to get fuel and shit, and you're like, I don't have room because my inventory is so small. Nah, rope. What? You just break the fourth wall?
He did. That's why I said excuse you. I assumed he burped with the RP.
Wait. Oh, Blood Bowl 2 release date. You know what? Blood Bowl 2 came out in 2015. So that can't be my game of the year.
Do we have a map of the oceans? I told him we have. He doesn't trust goats.
What? What?
He called us goats. Well, I never.
I'm a gnome.
I can't believe it. Goats? I offered to escort that man to Stormwind, and he calls me a goat.
I can't believe Figget, the explorer, would do that to us. That is just rude.
I don't do favorites. I don't think I have a favorite game.
Yeah, I don't know if I really have a favorite game.
In terms of what I played the most, probably Hearthstone. Oh, never mind. I got a favorite game. If you haven't played it, you might really like it. The new King's Quest.
I haven't played it.
The new King's Quest was like a story game, and they broke it up into like 5 chapters. And the fifth chapter was amazing. Especially even if you've never played King's Quest, you'd probably really enjoy the story game if you just, if you're not playing games purely for gameplay, but you just want a cool story.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never played any of the King's Quest games.
This isn't the right boat. Wait.
Yeah,
Shit, we gotta get the Stormwind boat. It's over there.
Oh, God. Yeah, I never played a King's Quest game.
Really recommend that. That's a fun like game to let's play. Even it's a good experience. I got teary-eyed, man, at the end of that game. It's pretty sad because it's sad. I'm not gonna do any spoilers here, but you start the game and you're an old man sick in bed. So you're right off the get-go. You're just like, shit, man. I'm an old man sick in bed. I know how this game is gonna end, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, once you've now invested 10, 15, maybe even 20 hours, and you get to that ending, it's almost impossible to not have it affect you, unless you're really not thinking about it. Wow, this guy gets a goat. Oh, I see. So you'll get help from these folk, but not us goats. You disgust me, night elf. Disgust me greatly. My brother, he did you wrong.
Forgot to take my meds. Classic role players. I've been having a lot of fun with Hearthstone.
I love Hearthstone.
And I'm like, I don't competitively play it. I like make fun decks and gimmicky decks and just try to make them work.
That is exactly why I play it. I make, from time to time, I'll make, like a Hearthstone video. Mm-hmm. If you're big in like the Hearthstone community, you may have like seen it. Did you see my it's like the Yu-Gi-Oh one with Crip and Ben Bro? Did I show you that one? I don't remember. I showed you that one. I'll have to send it to you after this. But I love like the Hearthstone community because, like any big community, it loves to overreact to everything.
Oh yeah.
It's fantastic. Like every card is just like, well, this card is in a type 1 deck, so it's worthless. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, man, that card would be really fun to play with in a stupid deck.
I know.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like one season where I like played a lot and I got to like rank 3 or something, and I was like, yeah. And then seasons only last a month. Then it resets your progress, and so casually playing it, you can never keep up and keep ranking up.
Mm-hmm. It's also one of those games
just playing
where,
Reno decks
they like made it to be a casual game at first. Like they were like, this is a fun little casual Hearthstone extravaganza, and you're like, oh okay. And then everyone's like, it needs to be an esport.
Yeah, it needs to be an esport. It's like,
not everything needs to be an esport.
Games, play Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
The ultimate card game. The ultimate nerd munchkin super card game.
Mm-hmm. And it's like it's been around for so long.
Dude.
Like, I don't know. Hearthstone. Yeah, I think this boat's broken.
Oh, the boat. The boat is sinking. Help! Wine 4. The boat is sinking. You should take his portal.
Boat is broke.
Dude, look at this badass.
Oh my god.
No, he didn't fix it. Invite me for ports. Dude, look at this guy.
This guy looks...
Wine 4, you are a champion of the realm. How can I ever repay you for what you have done here today?
Domo Arigato? What?
Dude, like only on a roleplay server can you find a guy who's just sitting here helping with boats. Thank you, Wine 4. Thank you greatly. What a... Wow. Look at that. Blizzard's game is broken. Psh, community's got its back.
Yeah. Thanks, guy.
Just a guy sitting on a boat. We weren't even paying attention. We were just on the boat being idiots.
Alright, well, where do we go now?
What server is this? Moonguard? That's
Moonguard.
You ever play World of Warcraft? Just go to Moonguard. Who cares if you level up?
Yeah, go to Moonguard, guys. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Hearthstone. So, yeah, it's like I look at cards and I'm always like, oh, alright, can I do something crazy with this card? It's like that one card the priests get, where you get your hero power for 0 once you play.
I made a deck. Probably made the same deck as you.
Well, what did you put into it?
I put Velen's Choice, Velen in it,
Yeah.
and then I put like a bunch of the heals, and then I put that 2 mana swap your healing to damage, and then the new goblin guy who every time you cast the spell refreshes your hero power, because the later the game goes, the more likely you can just do like 60 damage in a turn. Because if you have Justicar, you got a 4 power healing power, and then once you put down Velen, it becomes 8 for free. So you can play Velen for 7, then cast your turn all nukes into turn all your healing spells into damage, right? And now you got 1 mana left, but now you can nuke for 8 with your hero power. So you just like throw out a nuke, throw out, you know, a 0 mana spell, hit another nuke, throw out a mind blast. If you have like any sort of emperor tick, I don't even think it's a very good deck, but once you get that combo off once, you're like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Was stupid and fun.
Like, what I've been trying to do is I got that, and I'm trying to get Koldara Drake so that I can
off the Discover. Me too. I put the Discovers in for that exact reason.
So I have,
it hasn't happened yet, though.
Yeah, I got the Dragon Discover, the like Mage Discover, and then I also have the where you spend all your mana to get a card for that. So I try to get him by turn 6, so I spend it on turn 6 and hope it's a Koldara Drake. And then, I don't know, I'm hopeful. I just want to.
Did you put the Shadow Priest card in that turns you into a Shadow Priest?
Yeah, I got the Shadow Priest. Yeah. So I'm hoping. And that's like Exodia. You just win.
The first thing I made was a Pirate Warrior, and then I realized everybody made a Pirate Warrior.
Yeah.
And then I went, oh, I'm doing something that everybody's doing, and that kind of made it less fun. But man, is it really fun to like play a pirate, and then Patches comes out, and then you like coin and play another pirate, and suddenly you have like 3 dudes on the board and a weapon.
Yeah. I know, like, I was gonna make, I was trying to do the Koldara thing, and I ended up getting a Ragnaros that I stole from him. And then I played a Ragnaros with Mind Games, and then I put out a Barnes, either whatever the one is that summons a 1/1 in your deck, and he brought out Major Domo, and then he killed it, so I had 2 Rags, and then I was Rag. And then I played the thing where my hero power is free, so I just was like going crazy with like Ragnaros ults. And I was gonna put that video up because it was a fun time.
I really like Hearthstone. The only thing I will say is I really feel like they're pretty good with at the rate they release content. But I wish there was more cards.
Yeah, I do too.
Like an expansion with 130 cards, you know, that's cool. But there's so much like filler and junk and stuff that needs to be in there that I kind of wish they would just, you know, double up on it. But
yeah, I agree with that.
It's a big workload. And of all the Blizzard games, as much as I like Hearthstone, and I'm not trying to rag the developers or anything like here, they have the old school traditional Blizzard style of balancing where like 2 classes get to be crazy OP, and then they stay crazy OP for an entire content cycle, and then new changes happen, and then the classes change around. And I kind of wish they would take a more proactive stance. Like the Heroes of the Storm team is awesome. They do a balance update every week, and it might just be something tiny like, we took Kael'thas and we reduced the damage of its Pyroblast by 4. It's just like, what? Why? Like, the reason is because they're trying to strive, and they're constantly changing as their game changes and heroes release and players get better and meta changes. Whereas Hearthstone doesn't ever change cards. Ever. Yeah. And God, if they nerf a card, that card's just garbage because they don't go back and buff old cards.
Yeah,
they said their mantra is, well, you know, if a card's shitty, whatever, we can make new cards. And it's just like,
put it in wild mode.
It's like, yeah, you could, but I mean, you could also make the cards cool.
I know everybody was raging about that one priest card last time. It was like the silence, where you like silence yourself. What was that card?
Oh, Purify. Yeah, I made a video.
Purify.
Honestly, I actually like it when they make shitty cards because the community overreacts, and then they're ripe for making funny videos for. So it's like in my benefit.
The Hearthstone community is like one of the most elitist just communities I've seen, like since probably like League of Legends and Dota and all those. Like anytime I play something, even if I'm like, oh my god, I just made a bad play there, people will still be like, that was such a bad play. And I'm like, I know, I said it in the video that it was a bad play. They're like, yeah, but really though, it was a terrible play. You missed lethal. That was garbage. And I love, my favorite though is when I'm saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this play, and they're like, that play was wrong. And I'm like, what's wrong about it? And they're like, you should have did this. And I'm like, I couldn't have done that. And they're like, oh yeah.
Yo, look at all these role players in here.
Oh yeah, this is the, oh god.
Look, this is the role, like, you're wondering, hey, we're gonna role play World of Warcraft, Moonguard at the inn.
We're at the gold show. Oh my god,
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, this is where it all happens.
This is where, hey, are you interested in some World of Warcraft cyber sex? Well,
we got a deal for you.
Come on down to the Lion Pride's Inn. It's located in Elwyn Forest. It's just one human. Then walk south for a minute away. There might be some chicks in the bay. Oh, hey, it's Pemmy. You weasel of a night elf.
Oh my god.
Don't you dare call me a goat. I'm on. Oh, it was your brother. My apologies. Me and my friend have had a rough day. Our ship sank. Just, we need to get out of here, man.
Yeah,
we need to get stuck in a roleplay conversation. Just back it up.
Slowly back away.
Slowly back away. Slowly back away into a corner.
This is how social situations work, right? You just gotta slowly back away when you don't want to be there. I always found it odd with like social situations where like you talk to someone at like a party or like whatever it is, and then when you like don't want to talk anymore, both of you just kind of like stop talking. And you're like, yeah, and you just like kind of walk away. It's like such an odd scenario, yet it's so normal.
You're an introvert, aren't you? Are you?
Yeah, I'm an introvert.
Yeah. See, I'm introverted too, but I'm really good at dealing with social situations. It's just on the inside, I'm like, I want to be at home. I don't wanna be here. So it's really awkward for me because, like, when I get in an elevator, right, and somebody else gets on an elevator, I don't panic and be like, hello, day to you. That doesn't happen. Yeah. But because I've already pre-thought of this. I'm like, all right, when somebody gets in the elevator, I'm going to be like, oh, hey, what floor? I'm like, I already know what I'm going to say. When they get off, I already got my go-to. It's going to be like, have a good one. Because have a good one can be used in the morning or night.
If you say have a good one.
If you say have a good day, but it's like 7 p.m., you look like an idiot. If you say have a good night, but you've been up all night and it's 6 a.m., you look like an idiot. But have a good one. Oh, that's you can always have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one is like a staple go-to like saying you can just say at the end of anything. It'll make sense.
That's a good video series to make. It's just like how to be a better introverted person.
Like I've actually improved just by going to conventions and like doing everything like that. I've become a lot better at social situations and a lot less awkward. But I still become like very drained from all those situations where you're like, I just want to go lay down.
All right, let's get the hell out of here before we can role play. I'm down to role play. I'm not looking to have cyber sex with night elves. Yeah. But if you are, this is the Lion's Pride Inn and Gold shit.
The Lion's Pride Inn. Check it out. If you're into that.
All right, where are we going? Because eventually we'll die and we'll become ghosts.
Yeah, let's head north. I always like the hinterlands. Let's head to the hinterlands or Arathi Highlands, either one. We'll see where we go. How's your YouTube and Twitch and all the things you're doing? What do you do now?
Really good. I haven't really done a lot of growth, but I have a really consistent and loyal fan base, and they really like what I do, and it supports me. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really care if I get bigger, as long as I can kind of maintain. People always say if you're not growing, your channel's dead, and so that kind of scares me. Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of worry about like if you get too popular, because the amount of like time I already have to deal with fans, just engaging with them, or because you get to a certain size and you cannot talk to everyone at once.
Yeah.
Eventually you just have to start ignoring them. But once you do that, everyone kind of thinks you're a dick because you don't answer their PMs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's just a point of view thing because people don't really realize it. So I don't know. I kind of like being like a medium tier, YouTuber.
Yeah, that's how I've always been too. I enjoy like just where you're making it enough to be comfortable, but you never want to go over that point. Where like you get to the point where like there's so many people focused on you, and then like they even get on those drama channels and shit where they're just like, this big time YouTubers they went to the store today, and it's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, like I went through like a divorce. It had to be like 2 or 3 years ago now, and I will still have fans like randomly talk about how I was once married and divorced in a thread that has no context in the discussion. And that's weird because I keep my personal life pretty, personal. I don't drag it in because I see some YouTubers, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not going to say any names or anything, but I feel like they're just setting themselves up, or maybe not themselves, but their children for failure. I don't necessarily like the YouTubers who like just suddenly turn their channel to be all about their kids. Yeah. Because that kid's going to be famous. It's like they're going to have childhood fame, that they might not want, and they'll do it to it can't be helped. Somebody's gonna do it, somebody's gonna put their kids on YouTube and stuff, but I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. I would never want to do it, I wouldn't want to to have a kid and then grow up and then thousands or millions of people already know who they are.
Yeah, that would be really weird, especially like in school.
I'm not even talking about someone in specific. I don't want you to be like, it's Grendor. He had his baby on his channel. I'm just talking about in general. I've seen a lot of YouTubers that will be like bloggers and stuff, and they generally bring in their personal life into their stuff. But like bringing your kid into it, oh man, I don't know. Maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's fine.
Yeah,
it just seems like it could be banned.
Yeah, it could definitely be bad.
I know I'm an idiot, and you should everything you hear today from me and Grendor, you should be like, these guys might just be idiots, and you probably shouldn't listen to us. Just like everything on the internet. Because...
Send the Mexicans back.
Oh God, what did I say?
I mean nothing. So, yeah, I agree with that.
Dude, okay, I'm not going to talk politics, but. The theme of the last month has been everybody's talking about like fake news and everything's fake.
Yeah, fake news.
What do you trust? Isn't it weird how 10 years ago on the internet, everything anyone said on the internet, people go, well, that's fake.
Yeah.
Literally, the internet was like, you couldn't use it as a source. You'd be like, well, I learned this on the internet. And everyone would be like, well, it's the internet, you dumbass.
Yeah.
But now we're at a point where everything you read on the internet is true.
Yeah.
Man, when did that happen?
I think it's because back like 10 years ago, only people like us were on the internet who were just like
it's mainstream.
Dumb younger people who are just like, yeah. But now, it's mainstream.
It's just everybody uses
like Grandma Johnson's on the internet and she's like, "Did you read about the Trump ate 50,000 chicken nuggets for a challenge?" And you're like, "I don't think that happened, Grandma. It's just
50,000 chicken nuggets.
I don't know. He could. I think I could see him doing it
for a challenge."
People just see things, they just believe it. And there's so many YouTube channels that bank off that too, like all the prankster channels, or all the I don't know, there's so many that are just like, "Oh man, I went over to this part of the neighborhood and there are these punk teenagers breaking into cars," and they're just like, "We interviewed them, like, hey, what, you breaking into those cars?" Like, "Oh no, man." Like, so many of those things are just blatantly fake and people are just so dumb.
It's hard, man. Like if there was something that I wanted to teach to every young person, it's like good critical thinking skills, because you can't really be on the internet anymore without them. You know, like you pretty much have to assume everything you're reading. You kind of almost have to be kind of cynical about it. You have to go, huh, or that's cool if it's true, or that's good if it's true, or that's bad if it's true, but I'm not gonna judge it completely yet until it's a clear fact. I'm not going to react. I'm not going to yell on the internet. And that's the other thing is people got to remember is that people who yell on the internet about anything, fucking 95% of the internet doesn't say shit.
Yeah.
Like you'll like scroll down. There's people in these comments. They have commentitis. They have some sort of desire to put their input in. There will be people that saying, "Hi, Crendor and Rob. I have commentitis." Those, even after I've said this, they will upvote that comment to the top.
Yeah.
They still now they'll think it's like meta funny, and that's even after I've already explained that it's not meta funny. And it kind of is meta funny at this point because of the levels of the joke. But at the same time, those people, that's only like 5%. 95% of the people are just watching and it's like, these guys are fucking idiots. They should have stayed and roleplayed.
It's like anywhere where like everyone always points out the people that are loudest or extremist or most obnoxious. Where like you could be in a giant like grocery store filled with people shopping and one guy's like, "Where's the milk? This isn't the milk I used to drink back in my day." And it's like everyone's gonna look at that guy and just be like, "God, people these days." But they're like basing it all off that one guy being loud.
That's everything, man. Like everyone just reacts to the most extreme thing. Like people will read something and somebody will be like, "Milk causes cancer," then everyone's yelling that milk causes cancer.
Yeah.
And you know, you just gotta assume that. Well, I mean, I've drinking milk, and I probably don't have cancer.
Yeah.
And if I do, it probably isn't because of milk, because lots of people drink milk.
I was at breakfast a few weeks ago. And this old lady was like, "I heard on Dr. Oz that if you eat an almond every day, you won't get cancer." It's like, right. Yeah. What study is that from? And so many of these studies, too, they just do the study to, like, make money at a lot of these universities. They just, like, take a small sample size and then just do some dumb study.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of the problem with published studies is generally they won't publish, like, a negative result. And they don't like to publish, reproven studies. So like if somebody does a study and they test something, they don't necessarily publish somebody, proving it type of thing or disproving it. They only care about clicks.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you solve that because you need to have a way to get attention on different things.
Yeah.
Oh God, I think it's time to be ghosts.
Oh God.
I think it's time to be ghosts.
It's time.
We're entering ghost zones.
Yep. What's the problem with like clickbait in general? Like that's what YouTube's become a lot more of as well. It's just all clickbait. And like you kind of have to join into it, but you can't go full clickbait. You have to be like, it's like a tasteful clickbait. Like it's still relevant to the video. Like this video could be like, "Idiots run around and die." Like what happens? Like that's still relevant. While like someone could be like, "Idiots gone wild, gone sexual prank 2016."
You know what a video I just watched, and the guy is a clever man for doing it. PewDiePie put out a video that he's deleting his channel when he gets to 50 million subs.
Yeah.
And he's not quitting YouTube. He's just going to make a new channel and delete that one. That is a genius marketing strategy from him because he'll get the subs, he'll get the attention, and the thing is, as a YouTuber, you don't actually give a shit about your subscriber count. Only like the YouTubers who like have no idea how YouTube works really, really care about that number. Or maybe they're trying to get a goal, like they're really close and they know that YouTube will send them a trophy that I keep in my closet and maybe I should put on my wall, but I don't actually see it as an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I just kind of got it. But he'll get all that attention and make a new channel, and then I'll have like a really fresh counter. Because what you actually care about is just consistent viewers. You care about the people who are going to come back to your videos over and over and over again. Like, if you subscribe to a channel, but you don't come back to watch it, I don't care about you.
Yeah.
If you subscribe to a video and then you just make a new YouTube account, I don't care about you.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's people with millions of subs that only get like 10,000 views, while there's people
a whole
with
market for buying views and subs too.
Yeah.
So,
So you'd rather have like 200, like say you had like 100,000 subs, but you got like 90,000 views. Like that's really good. rate of people coming back out of that.
Yeah, if you had 100,000 subs, but every time you put out a video, you had 90,000 views, you would be, you would have to be a very new channel because it means you have no dead subs. The people are all active things, but it also means that you have a very strong like retention rate for your views.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my god, when you said dead subs, I like legit thought like, oh my god, some of my subs are dead.
They are dead. No, that's weird too. You know what's weird? Like I do this. I started it last year. I may have talked about it. I do like a Dungeons and Dragons style role play show with puppets. It's a mix of comedy and some serious funny things. And the cool thing is about it is that every episode we always make new characters. So even if you've never experienced the show, you can kind of just pick a show, watch it, and you won't understand everything, but you'll understand enough that you can get some enjoyment out of it because it's a goofy role play show, right?
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, there are going to be people who are going to look forward when I start talking about, the next season, their next stuff, who will be dead. And they won't watch it.
It's such a it's a true thought, but it's such a dark thing. And it's like, I feel like things like this and like entertainment and all that, the reason these things are so popular is because it escapes you from that reality. And you kind of just have some fun. You get your mind off it.
I like thinking about that reality.
I mean, I do too.
I don't mind. Death does. I don't really see death as a bad thing. When you die, Crendor, I'm going to be sad, but I'm going to be happy because I'm older than you and I outlived you. That's pretty impressive already.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm going to remember, all of this stuff, all the things we did together. I always like looking at death as a way to like remember that person. No, not even one last time, but just really think about them a lot. Because there are people in your life that are dead in the sense that you have not thought about them for 10 years.
Yeah,
But think about your friend. Think about the people you knew in grade 1.
Yeah.
Just in grade 1. You can't even remember their names, maybe. You can think of their faces. You can think of like that one time they did that thing, and that was really remarkable.
Yeah.
But now that I've told you that, you're just like, holy shit, that person was dead to me.
Man, some of them I like Facebook friended.
You find out they're actually dead. You're like, oh god, and they're dead.
Some of them I have Facebook friended. So I mean, that's untrue. I've seen their faces, but they're practically dead.
Practically dead.
Practically dead. Yeah.
But you have your grade 1 friends on Facebook.
Well, I went to like one of those grade schools where like we pretty much had the same people every year, and it was like a small class of like 30. But I mean, like, there's definitely like one kid I knew in high school died. He actually died of heroin. I joked about heroin at the start. He died of like a legit, like, he got addicted to heroin at like 19. It's like shit, dude.
It's like a serious problem right now.
Yeah, dude.
But it's not because of heroin. It's because of opioids.
Oh yeah, everyone's addicted to those things. Medicines. That's why I'm always scared to ever like take any of those.
I don't ever take like even Advils or something unless I'm really, really need it. Oh, I got a headache? Fuck it. Tough it out.
Advil's like the one thing I'll actually take.
Then that'll help.
But yeah, like, wait, what was I talking? Oh yeah, it's all like stemmed off from
Dead
like
friends.
Thumbnails.
What were you talking about? Dead friends. Oh, back to thumbnails. Okay.
Yeah, dead friends back to thumbnails. Clickbait. Yeah, clickbait. I don't know, like everyone's complaining about that like YouTube viewer glitch thing right now. It's not like something definitely is broken, but part of me just thinks like YouTube is losing viewership because I mean things like Twitch are just becoming more and more like successful and just more like I'll go on Twitch more than I go on YouTube now. Be like, oh, who's live streaming? And like see who's live streaming. Like I don't know, like it's a more interactive and entertaining platform altogether for me at least.
There's have you seen the Microsoft's Twitch platform that they bought out? It's called like Beam, I think.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
So it allows you to put like buttons, kind of like the Twitch plays Pokemon streams, but you can build it has an entire API for them.
Oh,
so
whoa.
you can have like you could make a stream where like people push buttons and then stuff happens, and you can make it so they have like a currency, but it's not a microtransaction currency. It's literally just a currency for watching streams or streaming. So the idea is it's a worthless currency that has no other purpose but then to be spent on streams. and you can't buy this currency. So it's not like money is changing hands or anything. And I thought that was genius, because that allows you to put on a button, for example, that, you know, just has a guy go, hey, yeah, and somebody can spend like, you know, 50 whatever beam points to do that. But you, as the creator, decide, you know, how often you want that to go off. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna make it like 500, because that's like somebody would have to watch my stream for 5 hours to get this. So you know, people only do it rarely, or you can make it really common. And I thought that was cool.
That is really
whether that's
cool.
enough to catch on, I don't know. I really think if you're doing a streaming platform and you want it to catch on, you'd have to buy streamers at this point. Like you'd have to go buy yourself some Criparians and Ray Noodles and buy a CS:GO team and be like, hey, stream on my platform, and we'll pay you.
You pretty much do have to. Like,
but nobody wants to do that, which is weird. These companies will buy these other companies for millions and millions of dollars, but they won't spend the millions and millions of dollars just paying the content creators. I really don't think they respect the content creators.
Yeah, I don't think
any
they
of
do
these
either.
platforms.
Even a lot of these platforms will undersell, like, a lot of the, like, they'll be like, hey, you want to play this game? And then they'll offer, like, super lowball offers, like, pretty much disrespecting anything. Yeah, it's not even like about like, oh, I need to make the most money. It's about like just giving someone what they like deserve.
I think they see a lot of like creators as like fads, and that I think that's fair, because a lot of internet creators have only been around for a year or 3 years or 5 years, you know, and so there's no guarantee that, you know, you're advertising or you paying them that they might be able to maintain that. And a lot of them probably also think that the creator is popular because of the platform and not necessarily because of what they do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think the platform's definitely the big one. But it's like, I've been around 8 years. You've been around longer than that. So
I've been around so long that if you're 30 years old, and especially because you played Blizzard games, you've probably seen things I've done.
Yeah.
You may even seen things I've done recently, and you happen to watch the Crendor thing, and you don't even know.
Yeah, like I'm in like the Roman times. You're a caveman.
Cave.
You're just an internet caveman.
It's still relatively all new though, because we're not the generation who the internet was created when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, like the internet started to become popular when I was a teenager and a young adult. But this next generation is literally 3 years old with an iPad, looking up movies, looking up like Cars trailers on YouTube.
You know,
like if you want to see weird YouTube channels, go look at toy reviews.
Oh,
There are some YouTube channels that will get like 50 million views, and all it is like an Asian lady playing with a box set of Legos from the movie, you know, whatever Pixar movie came out this year. You know, and you'll be like, where's this getting this views? Well, because there's an entire generation of kids right now who are growing up with the internet. And honestly, as you and me as content creators, as long as we can stay relevant, we will probably just naturally grow, because there'll just be a massive audience kind of coming into things. We have such an advantage over future creators.
Yeah, you know, it's like the market's already saturated now, so it's like as long as you're already within it, you have a big advantage. 'Cause everyone's always like, "How do I get big on the internet?" I'm like, "Shit!" Like I'll get that with like Twitch now a lot, because Twitch is a big like. How did you grow on Twitch? I'm like, well, I made a YouTube video. It's like, hey guys, come watch me on Twitch, and that worked out.
Yeah, that's what people don't always get and that's why when I was talking about my YouTube button, why I didn't care, because when I made that YouTube button, I had already been on other different platforms and things. I had a fan base that I can constantly push to different platforms, and it wasn't really that relevant, you know? So, like, how do you get popular? You just got to find some sort of popularity on the internet anywhere, and you'll grow a fan base, and you got to realize that no matter how big you get, you will always feel small.
Yeah.
Because you can look at Crendor and you can be like, oh, he's a big YouTuber. Crendor feels like he's the smallest YouTuber ever.
Oh, yeah. Especially, like, I'll even work with, like, Jesse, who gets, like, double my views, or, like, TB, who's getting, like, quadruple, like, 5 times my views. I'm like, wow, I'm so small. And then them, compared to people like PewDiePie, are just, like, nothing. So it's like, it's kind of like that real life, like, people trying to always get richer and richer, and they always don't, like, I only got like $10 million. This is the worst.
Yeah. But you and me relate in the same way that we both got to a size where we're like, oh, well, now we can make content full time. So,
and that's what I've
whatever.
already, like, that's what I've kind of settled in, is like, as long as I can just do it as my job full time, no matter what, I'm fine with it. Like, I don't need to be the biggest, big time Richie McRich. One thing I was thinking about was, like, I've noticed a lot of content creators that are kind of older, or like they've been around as long as we are more respectful in a way. I don't know if respectful is the right word.
Towards like just general conversations, or the way they do content.
Just the way they do content, or like go about their business and everything. Like, a lot of new YouTubers and like streamers and all that always seem kind of really arrogant.
I can tell you exactly the reason for that. It's because we got to make the days in which we were arrogant little shithead fucker pricks. Were the days before YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll tell you a story, and the reason why I'm telling you the story is because I'm ashamed of it. But back in the day, when I used to play Warcraft 3 with my friends, we would go play Dota, and we would sit in the channel, and we would wait for people to come in, and somebody would come in, and his name would be like, Dingles Bingles, and I'd be like, hey, Dingle Bingles, nice name. And, Dingles Bingles eventually would reply, thanks. And the second he did, me and the 5 other friends in that channel would yell, for a fag! And,
God.
yeah, it is kind of funny. Not because of the, derogatory language, but just because of the joke of, catching someone off guard, right? You replace the word fag with cuck, and that's the exact same joke you might see today.
You literally sub it out for just various terminology throughout the year.
And the funny thing is, if you look at like a lot of people online, who's the leader of Overwatch? Jeff Kaplan.
Yeah,
Jeff Kaplan is like, if you go watch his like Overwatch videos, he seems like the most timid, nicest man. Like, he's just like, he looks like he's like a young grandpa. Like, he hasn't got old yet, but you can tell, like, he sits at home and drinks cocoa and is a nice man. But even he'll have stories, maybe not that language, but the similar sense of, I was a fucking shithead ass on the internet. Because he just, I don't know, you don't have a lot of respect for everything when you're young. Some people do, but some people have to really learn to have that respect for others. And the way I look at it, and what made me stop being just a toxic shithead, was, when you're a toxic shithead, you just end up unhappy. Like, if you go on a video game and somebody says you fucking suck, GG noobs, and you respond to that, you're gonna only respond in like anger. And then you're gonna get more angry, and then you might be violent back at him, and then you go into your next game and you're still angry, and then somebody sucks, and so then you say something a little toxic, not full blown, but just a little bit, and you don't even realize that you're just stuck in like that cycle of, being a toxic shit fucker. And I can understand being a toxic shit fucker. It's easy. Like, it's easy to take, everything in a video game and put it on someone else. But I also know in almost every video game I play, if I was good enough, I could carry pretty much everyone else.
It's not like we can build a wall and keep the noobs out. We can't do that. So we have to deal with, we got. I feel like for me, what like made me less being like, aha, I'm awesome, was like just traveling and like going to conventions and just like meeting fans and meeting people. Because then it's like, it breaks that wall of like I have this many subs, this many number, and like actually just meeting people like, wow, I love your videos, or like, you've helped me through this time in my life, or like, you've done this, like, you're actually impacting a person.
Well, not even as a creator, if you go to any gathering or convention, or you do anything social with the other types of people that play this game, you start to see them as real people. And once you can see the people behind the other computer screens as like real people, you stop wanting to be a fucker to them all the time. Not everybody, And then that's the other thing, is when you see someone being like a fucker, you got to realize that they're probably really unhappy. Or sadistic and sick. One of the two. They either get off on being a dick, or they had a really bad day and they're venting on you. And man, that's sucky that they're doing that. It's sucky that they're like using you as an emotional sponge. But
Mm-hmm. I mean,
what
it's
can
like
you do?
those are the same people where like they will be that person in like the grocery store to just yell at someone.
Yeah.
Because I went to Target the other day and it's just some guy at the return desk like talking to this other guy and he's like, "This is a fucking outrage. This is unbelievable. I can't believe you do this." I'm like, I would never talk to like a customer service person like that because one, I know they can't do shit, so it doesn't matter. And number two, I just wouldn't like just say that to some person I don't know even. Like,
Dude,
I don't know.
Like, if there was something we made mandatory of every human, other than learning critical thinking skills in school, it would be work customer service for 6 months.
Yeah.
Once you work it once, you won't evolve to that woman who's like, I'm going to complain because this thing's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're upset that somebody messes up your order or whatever, by all means, complain. But you should probably do it polite. Realize that it wasn't probably malicious, especially if you're complaining about something to someone who literally didn't cause the problem. Like if some clerk at a store helps you and then you come back to talk to a different clerk and yell at that clerk, it's like, man, that fucker didn't even make a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, you're just yelling at him because the corporation made a mistake.
Yeah.
Computer made a mistake.
And I mean, in that time, they're pretty much doing the same. They're projecting their anger out onto someone else.
Yeah, and that's really selfish,
Yeah.
Project your anger. There's better ways to deal with your anger. You can exercise.
You can build a wall.
You can build. Masturbate profusely.
Yeah. Come on. Use your brain here. Think of these things.
They're legalizing dank weed and all over the world now. Maybe try that. I don't know.
Some dank weed, guys. Come on. Not just normal weed. It has to be dank, otherwise you're doing it wrong.
My favorite part about memes are I existed before memes existed.
That's
Back
true.
when we just called memes funny jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
funny joke. But now anything that's a funny joke is now a meme.
Yeah, and then you get the
Once
pro
it's been used the
memers. Like,
second time, I guess.
I am a pro memer. I live to meme.
Well, you've done it. You made a wall joke once, which was already a meme. But let's say it wasn't a meme,
That's
right?
true.
The second you make the joke twice, I mean, it's ready to be memed.
Yeah, it's just got to be made into a little like graphic, and then posted on like Reddit and 9gag and Imgur. And you're good to go.
I also love how the word meme makes like a lot of people like cringe.
Yeah.
Like they hear it and they're like, don't use that word. It's like my Voldemort. I love that. That makes the word even funnier to me.
Oh,
That
yeah.
like if I say the word dank memes and you're just like, these fucking idiot videos, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love, like, it's not, like, we just talked about, like, not being a douche person to people, but, like,
It's hard.
there's
It's
just
hard
something
not to be a
funny
dick.
about making fun of those people that just get outraged for no reason.
That's what they call trolling, man. And I can understand lighthearted trolling.
Yeah.
If you're just trolling, you're just having a little bit of fun, I agree. That can be fun. But if you troll so hard that you get a man elected president, you may have gone too far. That's all I'm trying to say, Crendor, okay?
Right.
This is your fault. You keep doing the wall joke. Just making it okay. I want it to be okay.
I mean, it's like the prank channels and all those things that happen. Like, there's the lighthearted prank, like, oh ho, got him. I put water in his coffee instead of milk. Hey, got you. And then there's like, whoa, pranked you. I got you put in jail. Like, yeah.
And you might be like, Crendor, what is the line? And that's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
Because the line is common sense, and it's kind of gray, and it's how far can you go? Well, you can go as far, I guess, as long as you got to respect people's boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, if you know the person's going to enjoy the joke, cool. If you're unsure that people's going to enjoy the joke, how long have you been friends with them?
Yeah.
10 years? Are you willing to risk it? Okay. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not a big prank person anyway. But that's just me.
I'm not a big prank person, but I will say that when I was younger, I did a lot of dumb things. I remember. Have I ever told you my election sign story? Ever told you
No.
this one? I think I was in high school, and my friend had he was getting his lawn redone. My friend was wealthy, like lived in a mansion, wealthy, and he had a massive front lawn. And when they were getting the lawn redone, it was just all dirt. And there was some election going on, and at that time, I couldn't even tell you the political parties in Canada. I must have been like 14, 15, right?
Yeah.
But one of my friends was old enough that he could drive in a car or whatever. Maybe I was a bit older than that, actually. Maybe I was 16, 17. But he could drive a car, and we decided to go steal campaign signs. Because what we wanted to do was get so many that we could put them all on his property. Just flood it. You know, just because we thought it would be funny if he woke up and there's just hundreds of campaign signs for everything. Just every district, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, when we went to go start stealing signs, because this is how we decided to get the signs, because we're idiots, just taking them off people's lawns, we went through a neighborhood that was mostly all one political party. So somebody saw us, and it looked like we were stealing political signs to counteract that party, to hurt that party. And when they caught us, and we only had signs of that party, because we had only done this in one neighborhood, it didn't look too good. And they thought we were put up to it, and police were involved, and I had to do community service. And looking back at it, it's kind of weird that I had to do community service, because I was never, no charges were pressed or anything. I actually had to go campaign for the guy's signs who I stole.
Oh my
which
God.
feels kind of weird, because why would I campaign for someone that I'm not politically... I don't know. Either way, I got punished for it. And I kind of realized what I did was dumb. But I was only doing it to be funny, right? And I didn't really understand my boundaries. And these days, when I see a story on the internet and I hear something like this, the comments will be filled with like, that boy should be put in jail. That boy should be suspended from school. He should be fired. He should be given no opportunity in life because of his mistake. And I go, thank fucking God I got to do this stuff before the internet was a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Seriously.
Because I was an idiot and nobody would have ever given me a chance. And maybe I shouldn't have been given a chance if you're on that side of the fence. But luckily for me, I was in the internet time, and I was allowed to do, or before internet time, and I was allowed to do stupid things. Because if you're young, if you're a 9-year-old watching this, one, that's pretty impressive. Hey, how's it going? You know, this stuff is probably a little bit too mature for you.
Yeah.
But two, you're not going to get to do shit all, son. You're going to have to be on your best behavior all the time, because everything you do is going to be on the internet, and that sucks.
Yeah, literally just like every kid has a phone. Every kid's just like, this kid did a mean thing.
God,
and
we
it's
don't
like,
teach them.
it's put on
We don't
Yahoo.
teach them that you shouldn't write, that if you write this, it'll haunt you forever. That, hey, you went on a video and you started dropping the N-bomb because nobody has ever really explained what that word means to you, what that word is, why it's inappropriate. Well, congratulations, it's attached to your account, and now it's linked to you, and it's going to haunt you forever because you were 11 and, you know, you called a bunch of people lib cucks. Well, fuck, man.
It is like, yeah, because there's so many stories, even all these news sites pick up just because they want to make money, because they need a like shitty story to run. Like, a kid gets bullied in school but fights back. And they're like, oh, what is this? And you click on it. It's always just like old people that are reading through their like Facebook feed or Yahoo News. And they're like, thank God this kid fought back. I would have did the same thing. I would have beat that kid up. And it's like, I guarantee you that person did not beat up anyone in school. They probably like got picked on sometimes or just like whatever. But now that they're like a warrior on the internet, they're like, yeah, I would have beat them up. Would have showed them. Like, there's so many of those people, but like they're older, so they're like new to the internet, and it's just funny to like, or the people type like all caps all the time. It's so cringy.
There's probably a few of them watching them, but man, the baby boomers on the internet, just, oh. You know what's gonna happen? I may have passed this theory to you. When we're old, when we're at the generation where the young kids are trying to do something that we don't like, Have you put any thought into what that will be?
Not really.
They're coming for our meat, man.
For
That's what
what?
it's going to be. That future generation, they're not going to like us millennials eating pigs and cows and chickens. They'll be all vegetarians and stuff. They'll be farming was too bad for the environment because that's like one of the biggest things that hurts the environment. So they'll have that leverage to drop on us, and they'll come for our meat, Crendor, and they'll be like, we're banning meat.
Dude, I tried some fake meat thing. I couldn't even tell. The scientists are geniuses.
Well, if they actually make good synthetic meat, I don't give a shit. Fuck it, I'll eat your test tube meat.
Gardein, dude. You ever see Gardein?
If you tell me all I'm getting is rice and lettuce, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Like, I might have to be an old person slowing down your generation.
I feel
And that's how I relate to baby boomers.
I feel like some baby boomers, like the people who would be watching this video, a lot of them played video games or like have been on the internet for a long time. If they're like, you know what I mean?
It's when you stop learning. That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's when you become an old. When you just decide that you're done learning shit. I am striving really hard to hope that I'm always learning shit.
Yeah.
I assume that everything I know is wrong. Because one, I don't have a really good memory. And I'm not really good at remembering facts. So even when I'm telling stories, I'm basically going, everything I might have just said is probably wrong. So if you want to prove me wrong, go ahead. And I hope I can do that for the rest of my life, because I really feel like there's a whole giant generation of people who are just like, I'm old, so now I'm wise, and nothing can be learned.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody's
the
trying
problem.
to resurrect me. I think that happened last time.
Oh yeah. That's the problem with being old. Is a lot of people just assume like, well, now you have to respect me because I'm an elder, and it's like, no, that's not how it works. Because if you're old, it means you might be smarter. You may have like been learning your whole life and like accumulated a bunch of knowledge, or you might be smarter in just one specific area. Like, oh yeah, I know everything there is to know about like woodworking or some shit. You're like, all right, sweet, we got like a master woodworker here, but like that doesn't mean you know more than someone in other aspects of life because you may have not gone through those experiences.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't get the whole like I'm old so I'm wise now, but I guess that's just kind of like an old mentality anyway.
That's why I don't actually do a podcast or anything like that. People always ask me, especially after we do stuff like this, they're like, Rob, I love listening to you. I wish you would talk. I think you shouldn't listen to me. I think I'm a fucking idiot. I think I'm great at making people laugh, and I'm pretty good at maybe I can make some games in my lifetime, and I'll make some funny videos and shit. But I don't really feel like I'm a strong person to impart wisdom on, And if you're watching this video and you suddenly felt wiser, I would question your previous wisdom, because maybe I'm just selling you wisdom, because everything I'm saying, including this, could just be garbage. Just garbage.
Could be fake news.
Could be fake. Yeah.
Yep.
I could be paid. I could be a shill. You ever think about that? You didn't.
Damn, boy.
YouTube might actually be paying me and Crendor really well. You don't know.
I wish I had money to pay you.
I wish we lived in a world where there was actually secret organizations, shills everywhere.
Yeah.
'Cause I would sign the fuck up to be a shill. Who wouldn't? Like, seriously, if we lived in a shill world where you could just be like a pseudo millionaire by just being a shitty person, I mean, the temptation would be high.
It would be high. Because everybody can be a shitty person. It's easy. Yeah. Then again, some people are like pretty bad at being like cynical or shitty people. Like there's a lot of people who are just like genuinely nice.
Those people are awesome, man. I wish I could be
They are
genuinely
awesome.
nice all the time.
I always wonder that too. I'm like, that's gotta be crazy to be that like genuinely like just innocent and like nice and whatever. Because I'm like, my brain's just constantly just cynical and depressive, and like it's always been like, even when I was a kid, I was never like, oh boy, if my parents are picking me up from school, I'd be like, oh my god, I bet they died in a car accident, that's why they're late.
Are you a cynical person or a pessimistic person, just as a whole? So,
I'd
like, for
say
example,
both.
global warming. Do you look at that and be like, "Hey, we're fucked. The world's gonna end," or do you go, "Maybe Elon Musk can save us"?
No, I pretty much think the world will die from it.
Yeah. See,
I think he'll help it.
I try to be optimistic, but at the same time, while I'm optimistic, I'm sitting here in my nice apartment, and I'm playing on a computer game, and I'm not doing anything to help the world. So how much do I really care? You know?
Yeah. But at the same time, global warming is a very like humanistic, like selfish thing. Because the only reason we care about global warming is because we want to live.
Yeah.
Because the world wouldn't care if like global warming happened. Like just the world will adjust to it, and then it'll keep on going.
I think it was the Matrix I first said this, that old Matrix movie, that humans are a parasite on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of are, man.
We are.
We just eat up all the resources, kill all the other creatures.
I need my resources. How else am I gonna play video game? Like when you think about it, I was talking about this when I was having a conversation. It's like life is essentially just about feeling good. Like I do this thing to feel good, and like everything you do is either to feel good or to do something so that you'll feel good in the future. Like why do you go to work? Well, I make money. It's like so I can buy things that'll make me feel good, or like comfort. It's like feel good or just safety or comfort. Mm-hmm.
It's a balancing act, and we're all balanced differently. You know, some people need more, and some people need less, and to be happy. You know, I don't really feel like I need any more wealth than I already have. I as long as I have enough money that I can pay my rent bills, I don't actually give a shit if I own a home. Because I don't know, I don't really think I'll be able to in the economies I live in. I mean, my YouTube and stuff is great. It lets me pay my bills and lets me keep working and being creative, and I love that. But it also doesn't make me enough money that I'm gonna own anything.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna, you know, I have a retirement plan. Do you actually have a retirement plan yet? You thought about that?
I don't plan on retiring.
Yeah, me too. I plan on just being an internet idiot for as long as I can.
I'll be like 80 years old, just like today I'm drinking
and then
Capri
we'll
Sun.
Figure it out. You know, and if I can't figure anything out when I'm old, then I guess I'll just die. I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. A lot of it's like, I realize a lot of what we're doing too is just a modern, like, change of society. Because a lot of like retirement plans and careers and like all that stems from like the baby boomer generation. Like you go to school, you get your career, you get your degree, you get your family, you get your house, you get blah, blah.
Dude, I'm so much more well off than a lot of my high school friends because I didn't have a university debt.
I know.
I decided to not go to university and make dank memes on the internet, which at the time everyone thought was a stupid idea, including me, but it was my passion, so I followed it, because that was another thing I was supposed to do, was follow my passion. And apparently it worked out. That's just a luck of the draw thing, man. Like, shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I did the same thing. Part of the reason I even did it was because I saw you doing it, and I was like, look, someone else is doing it. Like, not even gonna lie. I was like, look, this guy's living off making these cartoons.
And people, like, young people will approach me, and they will ask, and they will say things like, Rob, I want to get into YouTube. What should I do? And I go, dude, I can't really give you good advice. A lot of I will give them the best advice I can at the time, but I go, I can't answer you these questions because I lucked out. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, there you go. So I know that people will look at you and me and they will go, these guys aren't talented. They lucked out. You're fucking right. We did.
Oh, I definitely lucked out.
I'd
hopped on the Jesse Cox Total Biscuit train, and I rode that very far.
We made dank memes at the right time, and people went, these guys make funny jokes. I'm going to watch them. I'm going to buy their t-shirt or whatever. Give them internet monies from time to time.
By the way, thanks for buying the sloth pants. Sloth hoodie's coming soon.
But that's just, we lucked out. And for us, all we could do now is like try to get better and and try to make it worth it for the people who watch us. That's the best thing we do. We've lucked out. All right, we've given this opportunity. Let's not fuck it up. Let's try to be funny and entertaining and make it more worth it for you guys. Because I think anyone can really do what we do for the most part.
Yeah.
Time and practice, and you could do it. You know.
Yeah. That's a lot. Like, a lot of it just turns into personality, and like, I'm sure like you can, like, if you notice, most people, they kind of up their personality a little bit. They like put more energy into what they're doing whenever they're streaming or making videos or whatever. And then when everything's like turned off and they're just alone, like obviously they're not going to be that same person. But,
You know what's weird though about that is I knew a lot of YouTubers, especially in the Minecraft era, who did not understand that I turned my energy on or off.
mm-hmm.
Because like even right now I have a certain amount of energy, right?
Yeah.
But you turn it on or off because I don't talk like this outside of videos. At this point, I've been doing this for so long that I innately just go into the hey paisanos, it's me, I'm making video time, right? Mm-hmm. But normally when I'm talking, it's so what were we gonna do this weekend, Crandall? Gonna
I was gonna go to
the fair or something.
Yeah, the fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'll see a lot of people like going to YouTube, and people say that fucking YouTubers will say, "Just be yourself." No, you idiot, that doesn't work. No YouTubers being theirself, and if they are, they're psychotic.
Dude,
like,
we need to write a book. We need to write a book.
The book should be called "Advice That You Should Take with a Grain of Salt."
We take all the like common like advice tips, like be yourself, and we just destroy them and be like, this is the dumbest piece of advice I've ever heard.
Well, look, follow your passion, okay? Yeah. When I grew up, because I had baby boomers as parents, they told me, oh, you should follow your passion, and so I did. I'm going to tell you right now that as happy as I am in life, I kind of wish I was a plumber, or or anything, any trade skill. If I could go back in time and be like, here's what you need to do. Get into trade skills, because everyone's going to university to not be plumbers and electricians. And dude, have you seen how much a garbage man gets paid? How about driving a TTC train or just your subway or something? Why don't you just be a train conductor, make $80,000? Why don't you be a teacher, retire at 55 with a pension? Why? I mean, now it's impossible. You're not going to be a teacher. Good luck. But I mean, I could have done it. I'm 10 years older than you guys. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Following my passion. Fuck, man, I'm gonna work for a living. I can't have kids, and that's kind of sad. I'm not even actually sure if I want them or not, but I know that my lifestyle and my work won't let me, because if I have kids, it will mean my work slips, and I'm not qualified to do anything else in my life.
I've thought the same thing, actually. Like, I don't think I'd want kids. Partially because I feel like I don't feel like I'm ready to even raise kids yet. Because I got a cat. I could barely raise that cat. I could barely handle a cat. I'm like, I could not handle a kid right now.
Well, I won't own a home. Like, what I do makes enough money to pay rent. And this is the first year of my life I've actually have a savings, which is kind of crazy because I'm in a career path where there's no guaranteed that I get paid next month. Mm-hmm. And this is like the first year I've actually have a savings, so I can have a rainy day fund in case fucking YouTube breaks or just something happens and I can pay my bills next month. Up till now, I'm 30, man. Up to now, I've been on the internet for 10 years just doing stupid shit after stupid shit. I didn't learn any good skills. Like, me having kids, that's just irresponsible. But if I was an electrician, dude, I could have just worked that 9 to 5. It would have been good work. It would have been like everybody needs their lights in their homes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the trade-off. You trade off the stability for kind of.
But people will say like, "Oh, but you're playing video games. You're having fun." Fucking, it's not fun. The second you do anything for work, it's not fun anymore. It's work.
It's like what happens is what takes over your mind is when you're playing a game. You can't play games for fun anymore, because when you play a game. You think, I can make a video.
For work?
I can make a stream. I could do it like this, right? So it's like, that is always in your mind, and it always just kind of downgrades whatever fun you're having by a lot.
This year I stopped Let's Playing, and I'm now completely focused on my U-Realm show. However, because I did Let's Playing for so much of my adult life, when I play video games, I go, "Oh, this is really funny. Should I record this?"
Mm-hmm.
It has almost kind of like ruined them in a lot of ways. The only saving grace is multiplayer games, because then I'm talking to someone and I'm a little distracted. But I play so many single player games, and I go, if I was Let's Playing, I would be doing this right now. And I still kind of do it. Like, I'll be sitting around, my girlfriend's watching me, and I'll just do it to make her laugh.
Yeah.
Just do something stupid, because you still have that, like, Let's Play persona.
That's what I love about streaming. That's why I've really gotten into streaming lately instead of YouTubing, because YouTube, when you Let's Play, it's just kind of like, here I am, blah, blah. But when you stream, like, people are there watching with you, so it's almost like you're playing with them in a way, and that kind of makes it more fun. So you can be like, oh, what did I do? And you look at chat, like, chat, what am I doing? And everyone interacts. So it's like, it's more of a community event rather than like, here I am with episode 84. Like, I don't know. It's been a lot more fun streaming, to be honest. But it's good too, because you never want to put all your, like, marbles in one basket, like you said. Because, like, you got, like, your Twitch revenue, your YouTube revenue, your, whatever revenue, like, multiple
spreading
income
yourself
sources.
out is really important as a online dude. Hey, we gotta go this way if we want to catch a blimp or something.
Oh, okay.
Where's our end game this time?
It's a good question. Let's
How long are these normally? We normally do these for like 2 hours.
Normally it's like 2 hours, yeah, so like 40 minutes.
We don't actually set a time. We just kind of...
It's usually about 2 hours is a good time.
Shit. I've noticed the last couple times, we almost always talk about, like, our work.
I know.
I don't know why. I think that's just because WoWcrendor like rarely talk about shit, because we're both just doing random things.
Yeah.
So this ends up just being like a powwow of us bitching about how our lives are so hard as we walk around.
It's so hard. I play video games and work from home. This is the worst. I had to play Hearthstone yesterday and open packs, guys. This was the worst. I had 4,000 people watching me open packs and then donating to open more packs. It was very difficult.
Luckers, man. We're just lucky people.
And I had to play it with Total Biscuit, who hosted me and gave me all his viewers while we played. It was the worst, guys.
I'm so sorry, Crandor. That's just so sad to hear.
You can even go on this YouTube channel and watch it, and it is unbelievable. Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, where are we going?
We're going to the blimp at the very least, because if not, we're going to reach a dead end.
Yeah, let's go to let's fly like
place.
We'll fly the blimp to Org, and then we can go to like wherever south.
Why did they? Spoiler alert for people who haven't played WoW expansion this time. Why did they kill Vol'jin? It felt like he just became leader.
I know. I thought that too.
Like, they just killed him. That's just...
It's a pretty shitty death, too.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Like, they must have really wanted to hop on the Sylvanas bandwagon.
Which I get, but in which... Just...
I don't even really like Sylvanas, to be honest. Like, she's okay.
She doesn't really feel like a Horde character. I always looked at it as, like, the Horde needed alliances, so they allied with them.
Yeah.
And, like, I understand that, the games had, undead forever, so now they're, like, part of the Horde, but I don't know. You know what I also don't like? That they're dropping the Heroes of Warcraft from Hearthstone. And there's been some leaks that show that they're going to do a Diablo brawl. And I didn't like how the grime, what is it, Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, the Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, I didn't like it how they just make up new WoW characters that are just random characters. WoW is such a diverse lore game, and they've been doing this for a while, They've been kind of just doing whatever the fuck they want with the IP, and it's almost kind of disrespect. I mean, it's Blizzard, they can do whatever the fuck they want. If Blizzard's okay with it, Blizzard's okay with it. But, like, as a player, I love World of Warcraft, and I love that they made a World of Warcraft card game, but now it's becoming not really a World of Warcraft card game, it's just becoming a Blizzard card game.
Yeah.
And I also hate how the Hearthstone developers know, like, nothing about WoW lore, because, like, they could literally just go watch a YouTube series for a day, and then they would know, like, a majority of it.
Yeah, like if you, I know Noble. Noble's a really cool guy. He does, like, all WoW lore. Like that guy, he'll teach you about WoW lore in like an hour, and you'll be like, "Wow, I know everything." It's like
They
you could very
actually
easily.
did you ever meet like the wizard lady? I must have talked about her before. I think every time I
Wizard
talk about
lady.
WoW lore, there's like this lady who works at Blizzard, and she's literally just like a lore wizard. And she's a very introverted person like ourselves, but I got to meet her, and she's crazy. She knows everything. And I don't even know if she still works for Blizzard. I just assume, because if you have a lady who knows all your lore, I just feel like you can't get rid of that. She's like a tome of knowledge. You know, you just got to keep her around for everything. I don't know how you just don't keep her. And you could, because literally, World of Warcraft is so diverse that you could be like, we have a card that does this, but we need a name of an NPC goblin. And she'll be like, here's the 15,000 names you could use of names to do. But instead, they'll just make up a name. I don't. It's not a big criticism. I still love the game. It was Heroes of Warcraft. Now it's just going to become Heroes of the Storm 2.0, maybe.
Yeah. Like, I like it being Warcraft themed. Like, once they start adding the cards of, like, here's Tracer, I'm like, jeez.
And the thing is, I love Heroes of the Storm, but Heroes of the Storm was presented as in a fantasy universe where all the heroes fight for no reason. And I was like, okay, that's the universe. But the Hearthstone card game was like, hey, imagine a card game that kind of can kind of almost exist in the World of Warcraft universe, because it probably would. You know, you probably would have cards and stuff like that. I don't know. It's minor, and the thing is, like, most people who play Hearthstone, they don't know. They don't care.
Yeah.
They'll look at a card, and the thing is, the card will be as lore based as it was, a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, did we teleport anywhere? Where are we now?
We're in Northrend.
Did we want to be here?
I mean, I don't care.
Where would this boat take us to? Do we have to get on something else? Do we have to transfer ships?
I mean, this will take us back to the Undercity.
Let's get off. Wait, where should we go then? How do we get to like Orgrimmar from here, or can we not?
Well, we gotta get back on if we want to go to Orgrimmar.
Go! Get back on! No! You fool! We're trapped here forever.
Until it comes back. Or we just go out there.
Yeah, we just run around. Where do you want to elevator? Ice Crown, the Frozen Throne?
Yeah, let's go to Ice Crown.
We did that last year, but fucking whatever.
I don't think we came to Northrend.
We've definitely come to Northrend once. I just don't remember. I think we ended in Dalaran or something.
It's all a blur to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that too bad with Hearthstone.
Well, they've removed the Heroes of Warcraft title, and I think they're gonna do a Diablo like cross promotion thing. I don't mind the cross promotion stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
All I'm worried about is when they announce, hey, we've made an alternate hero for Shaman, and it's Widowmaker. I was just gonna be like, and then they released the expansion. It's called One Night in wherever May is from, the Arctic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's like
It's
it just
the Diva
starts watering
card.
it down so badly.
You missed the elevator. What are you doing?
What? I didn't.
Yeah.
Wait,
I was
what?
riding it.
No, it's here right now. There it is.
Whoa, wait. This is client-based.
Oh my god, it's client-based.
All right, I'll wait for the next elevator because
Yeah, I'll
you're
see
on
you
a
later.
different elevator than me. What the hell? That's weird.
That is weird.
That's really weird.
Yeah, now you're on it. But you're going down?
It's just weird to me, like Mean Streets of Gadgetzan. They just keep making new characters when they have tons of characters that literally would fit most of the roles.
Yeah.
I don't know. You see that? Did I get off an elevator or did I just appear?
You got it. You just appeared.
Excellent.
Yeah, I still wish they'd make Warcraft 4. I really do. It's like,
I would love it. I would love another RTS game that we could truly get into modding with, but I don't think as a direction for Blizzard it makes a lot of sense to do.
yeah.
I don't see it happening, sadly. And unless they just really, really want to do it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be it.
Well, I mean, what would What would make you not want to do it if you were Blizzard?
What would make me not want to do it?
Yeah.
The RTS genre isn't very overly popular. It's niche. I'll admit that. It's a niche market. The game doesn't necessarily right away work for a free-to-play model. Blizzard very clearly is developing their games with the understanding that one day they may have to offer all of their games for free.
Yeah.
Like StarCraft 2's already evolved to the point where I think you can play multiplayer free now. I know you can at least play the arcade, and I know you can play at least like one race. I don't know how much of that game is free. World of Warcraft has, a free-to-play thing. The only reason why World of Warcraft is not a free-to-play MMORPG is because everybody subs to it. I think we've touched on this before. If everyone stopped playing World of Warcraft, they'd move it to free-to-play.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I don't actually think that Blizzard necessarily makes games for money. I think what they do is they decide an idea they want to make for a game. They make that game. And once they get to a certain stage of development, then they start thinking, it's more natural than, a corporate, we need the game to make the most money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true.
If they want to do Warcraft 4, there's definitely ways to monetize it. There's definitely ways they could make it valuable. But
yeah,
the other thing is a Warcraft 4 would probably be a new engine. I mean, I think the StarCraft 2 engine isn't one they'd want to reuse again.
Oh yeah, they definitely do a new engine.
They reused the StarCraft 2 engine for Heroes of the Storm, which I thought was really smart. I think it's come a long way, and it's been pretty good. It has its faults, like the reconnect feature is garbage.
Yeah. Because
the way maps load and saves or replays are done. But,
yeah. Whatever happened to the game you were making?
I'm still making it. It's a failed Kickstarter, 100%. It's 100% like I failed. We spent all the money, we didn't get anything done, and now it is me trying to salvage it so it doesn't tarnish my name for the rest of my life. But right now, I've just accepted that it is completely like a failure. I've told the backers this, and we're now trying to reboot it, start it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go back to taking the helm because I used to be the programmer for it. And then I started working with other people. We started going a different direction. We started doing it in Unity and stuff. And now I'm probably going to go in a completely different direction with it. I get a lot of flack from people on the internet because I should, right? I did a Kickstarter and I fumbled it like a fucking retard. Oh, God damn, I'm not allowed to use that word anymore, retard.
It's PC, bro.
So what, is retard in or out? Are we allowed to say that one, or did we lose that word?
I personally don't care.
I don't care either.
But I know some people get offended. I don't think it's that offensive.
I don't think it's that bad.
I think there was a time where people did get really offended, but I think we moved past it.
I think we moved past that. Maybe. I don't know.
Cuck has taken over.
But anyway, like an idiot, I'm allowed to use idiot, which is effectively what I'm trying to say. Now I'm just trying to salvage it and do right by my backers. The backers are still on my side. But of course, this being the internet, people who didn't put money into the Kickstarter love to point to the failure and call me a failure. It always seems to be the people who don't support things are always the first people to tell you, haha, I knew you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Where's all the money, Rob? Well, I mean, I spent the money developing it. So just didn't get anywhere with it.
Yeah. I feel like people don't know how much money goes into actually creating games. Like, I know for a fact, like with Blood Bowl 2, I got to do some what was it? I did casting for them, and I learned from their developer people that it takes a shit ton of money to just make one race in that game. Just to do one race is just so much money.
It makes sense once you realize how many people work on a game. Especially because a lot of the game companies where they exist are in high-priced housing places, like places where you're dropping at least $2,000 on rent, $3 plus. Very $1 million homes are average type of places.
Yeah.
But for me in my game, it was very simple. The lead artist in the game was at my time my wife, and 6 months after we did the Kickstarter, we separated, and then that would just put it into fucking limbo. Okay, well, if we divorce, the money, this Kickstarter money, but it's our money, so it gets split, and then I have to find a new artist. It's super complicated.
Yeah.
And I don't use that as like an excuse, as like, well, this is why I'm not doing it. For me, it's just become a hump, right? Because I'm a content creator, and I understand that my reputation is my business, right? Once I lose the faith of the people who watch me, they're going to think I'm a fucking loser, and they're not going to support me in any way. So it's something that I'm hoping that I get a hold of and quickly, and I can actually start making some progress on it. Because if not, it might just push me to just not doing stuff on the internet. Because I'll lose my reputation forever. It's hard to continually ask people to support projects once you have such a massive failure. So all I can do really, like, the backers are very supportive, and they're very understanding, which is great. But if you're not a backer, just fucking, it doesn't affect you. Shut up. My backers are on my side for now, so
Yeah.
what do you care? It doesn't affect you. We just talked about don't be a toxic shithead, man. It doesn't help me being toxic on my failure. I fucking failed. I lost my wife out of it. Come on. This is why I try to keep my personal life like really separate. But I also know that when I do this show with you, that we're just gonna be real for 2-3 hours.
We're gonna have some real moments.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true, because like when you become a content creator, like online, you like slowly start to realize that you're almost like, people hate to say like celebrity, which is like, you're not like a real celebrity, but it's almost
you're
like
celebrity
a mini
without the perks is what it is.
You're a mini celebrity in a way, where
Like,
people know who you are. People are like, oh my god, I'm a fan, and like you don't have the like crazy like, I live in $1 million home on the Venice beach, but it's. Well, I mean, some of them do. I don't know.
Well, dude, like Tom Hanks is a super celebrity, right?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is crazy. You can't email Tom Hanks. You can't message Tom Hanks. Maybe you can tweet at him, but I bet you that's not even him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Maybe he's savvy enough that he does Twitter. But any like internet celebrity, like even the biggest ones, you can pretty much do all that. And I'm not trying to like really compare Tom Hanks to WoWcrendor right now. That's not even the same ballpark.
I would love
but you
to be
you
Tom
could probably
Hanks.
go take some like C-list celebrity, like
Someone
was
on
that
Dancing
guy
with the Stars.
Yeah, so anybody on Dancing with the Stars, and I bet you WoWcrendor gets more fan mail interactions than anyone on that show.
Like, no joke, I probably really
by
do.
tenfold.
Like, there's a lot of those types of people where, like, you would see them be like, oh, they're a celebrity, but, like, YouTubers and, like, Twitch people and all that get way more, like, interaction and fandom than they do.
I did a video, I did, like, so every time I do my little roleplay show, sometimes I'll do a behind the scenes where I talk about some of the design and things that could have happened in the show, and it's a good way to let me be personal with my fans, and make them feel like I'm a real person, because that's, in my opinion, that is one of the most important things you can do as a creator, is make it so you don't seem like you're just some corporate person at the top. At the same time, by telling you this, you're now realizing that one of the reasons I do it is because I'm trying to not make you see the strings, right?
Yeah.
But because I've explained that I understand, there's a meta level to this. You seeing this? Huh?
Yeah, we're getting to the meta.
But anyway, what was I saying? I derailed myself.
About behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. So I said like one little thing, like, hey, if you ever need to get in contact with me, I said this like 1 minute in the video. I was like, hey, if you ever have comments or criticism on my stuff, I mean, a great way to leave me feedback is, just send me a PM on Reddit or tweet at me or send me an email. Flooded. Just for 1 second, I accidentally reminded people how they could get in contact with me. Damn it. That'll take me a day to even read them all, let alone. And I'm not even trying to brag, okay? I'm not trying to brag and be like, oh, look how fucking popular me and Crendor are. I'm just trying to help, like, you as a viewer understand the amount of information and words. Because, like, if you right now decided to write Crendor a letter, okay? You found his email, you Google it or something, I don't know. You found his email, you decided to write him a letter. It might take you half an hour, right? Then you got to realize that he's got to read that, and he's got to respond to it. And then you look at his video, and you'll see like 50,000 people watched it. If even 1% of those people decided to also do what you did, it's 500. It gets out of control like really quickly.
Yeah. That's why normally if I ever like respond to people or answer people, it's usually through Twitter. Because Twitter's not as bad, because I'll usually like check Twitter a lot. So like even my favorite types of like fan interaction are like be like, hey, I drew you a thing, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. Or like, hey, I went to IKEA. I know you love IKEA. I took a picture. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. I'll favorite it. Like those types of things. I don't have to be like, dear Timothy, I loved your email that you've sent me, but it's just like, oh, cool, favorite. That was cool. Like those are the easiest to respond to, and I'm still acknowledging it. Like I'm not being like, you're not as cool as me. I go to IKEA, but I'm a lot cooler at IKEA. Like, fuck, man, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Like, I feel like a lot of people see us and they're like, oh man, they must be so cool. It's like, I'm still a normal guy. But like, my thing is, I always look for those normal YouTubers and Twitch people and all that at parties and conventions. And you can usually tell very easily as well. Like, when I met Ego Raptor, or Aaron, I could tell right away that he's very closed off. He's very like, I don't want to meet new people because they're going to try to take advantage of me.
Yeah, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I didn't blame him at all.
Exactly how I would feel.
And so I was like, I got that feeling from him. I was like, that's cool. Like, I don't care. And I played Overwatch with him one time, and he is just like the nicest dude and just so cool and so chill. And I was just like, yeah, man, like, you're awesome. And ever since, like, that moment, like, he's just, like, warmed up to me. Because he, like, then realized, like, I'm not out there to, like, try and be like, hey, maybe you could get me a Game Grumps spot out there. Like, I'm just there to be like, yo, man, I just want to meet cool people, and you're a cool guy. And I think that's cool.
See, I did the opposite. I actually met him through Jake, and we actually used Jake to get Aaron to be on one of our shows. And so I had the exact opposite reaction. Because we were trying to promote... Jake Kaufman, who does a ton of video game music, but he was doing like a cool campaign Kickstarter thing, and this was about the time we were starting our UROM show. So I said, you know, Jake was a cool guy. I was like, hey Jake, why don't we do a live stream with you? Yada yada yada. And he was like, oh, I'll get Eagle Raptor and the Game Rums to come on. So that's how I met him, and it was a very pleasant experience. But at the same time, it was probably the exact same thing because even though we didn't really receive any benefit from it because we were doing it for Jake, it was very much because I feel the exact same way when I do something for somebody else. I always feel like, I'm just being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Just so quickly.
Yeah. Anytime like you have more viewership or numbers, whatever it is, it's like you'll always feel that.
Yeah. I actually, this is why I've never invited you to your realms. It's because you're more popular. I actually made a internal rule of I just won't bring people on more popular for almost this exact reason.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried that by bringing people in that are bigger, it'll bring too many people in and kind of just swamp the community. Because you know, when I do a stream for the show, there'll be like 3,000 people that watch it. Yeah. But if I brought you on, I easily could double that number, and suddenly it's not the community watching the show; it's the community plus WoWcrendor's community, right? So it's not a natural growth. And the thing is, a lot of YouTubers like that because the thing is, it is beneficial. You get more people and you get more viewers, but that isn't necessarily. I don't give a fuck if it gets more popular. It already does well enough, right?
Yeah.
The way our show is supported and funded, because we have animators who animate for the show and do all the maps and puppets. We have artists that do it. And then I also pay all the cast members and stuff. How we fund all that is we just have like cool supporter events that people can donate in the live show as a both interaction and a way for support. But I'm always worried, like, okay, but what if I bring on somebody big? Then those people are going to be exposed to a show, seeing all these donations, and being like, "Oh man, these guys are profiting off, you know, WoWcrendor showing up." It's almost like it's anti-intuitive because I don't want to have bring in a lot of people and them think the show is now different.
Yeah, you're like tarnishing it a bit.
Famous, you know?
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. 'Cause that's true, because it's like you create this community, and you know, when you start to do that, it feels like you're tarnishing it just for popularity in a way.
It's hard to be what I would call maybe like morally. It's hard to be like really morally, I don't know, justified on YouTube, because the way to get ahead is by doing really shitty things most of the time. Like we were talking about thumbnails and stuff. And your choices, and really as a content creator, you have to draw lines of what you think is appropriate and not appropriate.
Yeah.
You know? Here, I'll meet you at the top of this wall because like phasing's being weird.
Yeah.
You gotta like decide like, okay, stay close to the mountain because we might get dismounted.
Oh yeah.
We don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to deal this wall.
Yeah.
But you gotta make your like line in the sand and be like, I'm okay with this. You know, because the viewers care. The viewers care. Some viewers, you know, they'll see you're doing a paid sponsorship and they'll be like, "You're a fucking sellout. I don't want to watch you anymore."
Yeah.
Some viewers will be like, "Nah, fuck it, dude. You're making a living making me laugh. I don't give a shit. Show me all the products you want." What the fuck there's advertising literally everywhere in my life.
Yeah.
Why would I care, Crendor? Show me whatever game this guy's how much is paying you? $500? Fuck it. Show me 5 episodes and just rip on his shit. You know?
Yeah.
As long as like there's a certain level of honesty and integrity, that's okay. But everybody's got their line, right?
Yeah.
And the viewers have their line as well of what they deem is okay and not okay. So, but the shittier you are as a YouTuber, you know, the more rewarded you can get off that. Like if you don't like, hey, if you want to put tits and thumbnails, somehow make it relevant to videos, you'll get more views.
Yeah.
If you want to do nothing but top 5 videos and, you know, put your videos in all caps all the time, you'll get more views. You know.
Yeah.
If you want to do tons and tons of pandering or cross promotion, and you'll get more views.
Yeah.
You got to kind of
It's
decide
like,
what you want to do.
Part of it's marketing, and then it's like it's that gray line again where it can start getting scummy. Or like for Conker's Bad Fur Day, I played that. I did like a little mega stream of that, so I put all the VODs up on YouTube. And like for some of the parts, obviously it's Conker's Bad Fur Day, so like it's got like boobs in it. So I was like, I'll just show the boobs in this one. Like the first comment I got was just like, great thumbnail. It's like, all right, but like I wasn't gonna be like, you know, you don't just like take a random boob thing for like a news art. Like it's still relevant to the video. Like it still shows up. You're gonna get your boobs, right? Like I'm not lying to you in that. It's
such a weird scale of honesty, and your goal is to be as honest as you feel you need to be. You're just true to yourself, and you can shit on YouTubers who, you know, go and do all these terrible things, but I don't know why, because they just have a different line than you know.
Yeah.
Like, because you can say, you know, oh, but Rob Crendor, you're not shitty. Yeah, we fucking are. We do things. We game the system in ways you don't even know. Why do you think we started doing this Thanksgiving thing? It was a way for me to come on and be relevant to Crendor's fans. It was a way for, and I send Crendor's fans over here, and they go, oh, well, you know, here's a Let's Player that is just like Rob. Cool.
Yeah.
So
it's a cross promotion.
You suckers.
It's all marketing.
Cross promoting you, but because we told you it's cross promoting, that makes it a little bit more honest. However, because I know it makes it a little bit more honest, that makes it a little bit dishonest. And now you've realized that there are deep levels to the way YouTubers manipulate you. Sorry.
Now I don't even know who I am anymore. Yeah, it's like the thing is when you get into. I hate the word the industry. Like get into the industry.
I avoid the industry.
Yeah,
really hard. I'm very. I don't want to buddy up with YouTube and Twitch and I have nothing. But I hold nothing against my fellow creators that do it. It's just
like I've seen people just change. Like people I knew that just completely changed by it, and like that'll change you. Just seeing people changed by it in general. Like I won't name names, but just like some people I knew that just like went full blown like douche-tastic, and you're like, all right, well, you know, it's like you're done talking to them now, and it's like everyone you talk to Like, you share your stories like, oh yeah, they became super douches. And it's like, whenever people get like a combination of fame and money, it just like, it destroys some parts of their life.
Don't let money change you.
It's like, shit, dude. I don't change. I haven't changed really, but I'm just happy I can buy like a rug cleaner on Black Friday. Sweet. I can afford this. I've always wanted to be like, I don't have to worry about my bills. That's all I want. I don't care if I can buy like a super mansion and a Lambo.
I still worry.
Yeah.
Not a lot though. It's not as bad as I was like, 5-6 years ago when I used to work for like companies. Ever since I started moving towards more of my income being from fan supported things like Patreon and stream donations and stuff like that, that is a lot more safer than getting paid by a company. Even the YouTube, because YouTube is a shit
YouTube
sometimes.
has been.
You can do 1 million views one month, and that's a certain amount of money, and then the next month you do 2 million, and somehow you made half the previous month, and you're just like, I don't even know.
Yeah, YouTube is really weird. That's another reason I've loved Twitch. Is like it's more fan supported. Like even some people don't like taking donations. I don't mind donations because I feel like it's a tip, in a way, almost, of someone just being like, "Yo, man, I watched you for 3 years, and I'm gonna give you some money."
It took me a long time to be okay with it because I used to think, that you're kind of selling out by taking money from the fans. But then I kind of realized, well, you either are taking money from fans directly or you're taking money from fans indirectly through advertisers.
Yeah.
So what would you rather have? Would you rather be upfront with the money you need to make the content and you get it from the fans? Or would you rather, do promotions and try to make it that way?
Yeah.
Make them watch ads.
And in that way, it makes every viewer even like worth more because everyone's like, oh, when you watch ads, you're worth like half a cent, if that.
God damn it!
Like...
Every time we do this, all we do is we talk about work.
I know.
We need to like talk. Like the first time we did this, we had like fun basketball questions and stuff.
Oh yeah, we did.
This show's gone downhill.
This has gone downhill. This is just a disgrace to humanity, and I can't believe I still watch this program.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, some people have now watched all 5 of them, and now they're like, "Oh God, watching this is tradition." If I stop watching it, then I'll stop my tradition. Well, now you realize the scam of traditions that we're playing. Yeah. Do we resurrect if we walk into this? What happens?
I don't know.
Oh, nothing.
No, nothing happens. We just it always just devolves into work. And
I like how they never got rid of the catapult here. Like they broke down the door or the ram. They're like, we're not going to reuse this. Fine.
Yeah, we don't need it. Just leave it there.
Guess it looks kind of makeshift, so it makes sense. But why decorate it with like a lion head if you're not, you're going to use it once? I don't understand.
I just realized the expansion we rated together was Wrath of the Lich King.
Not really. We did Ulduar more, right?
That was Wrath of the Lich King, though.
Well, I mean, it was Wrath of the Lich King. Sorry, I thought you meant like the actual dungeon. We did a little bit of Lich King, but at that point, I had ditched you guys to go do real raiding. And Fenris was running the guild. I was just
talked to Fenris
I could
the other
do more
week.
of this 10-man casual, or I could go and do real raiding again. That was kind of a shithead.
It's such a it was weird too, because that was 10 mans, wasn't it?
You were a worthless 10-man. I've mentioned this to you before. Those videos were like, the guy who doesn't show up to time. That's you. The guy who never has consumables. That's
still don't
also
show up on time.
you.
I all the time. They'll be like, "Hey, what time you want to stream tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably like 9." I show up at 10:30. They're like, "Where the hell were you?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
I just assume on days. You did it today. You said I'll be back an hour. I think you came back 2 hours later.
It's an hour and a half.
But I just assume that because I know you now.
I call it Crendor time.
You're Hawaiian in nature.
I'll tweet out. I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna stream it in a few minutes." 40 minutes later, I'm like, "All right, here we are, guys." I read chat. Chat's just like, "Oh yeah." It'll be at least an hour.
A few is just more than 3. It's all. It's fine.
Yeah, really, it's just more than.
And it's relative, so.
Yeah, time doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm all good. I mean, I'm still terrible at DPS. I'm like one of the worst DPS in our guild.
You know what the trick is?
What?
It's called have hardware macros. Oh, the
Yeah,
best
but I
raiders
don't-
do them.
I don't
It's either
wanna do
that or they try hard, but
Oh yeah. So
you
like
gotta
people
have
would be
good,
like,
you gotta have good cheater macros and break the TOS of the game if you want to
people are
maximize.
just like that starting rotation you just ran as your fire mage was the worst starting rotation I think I've ever seen anyone ever do in the past 10 years of watching anything, and I'm like, you know what? I got gear.
I played a Ret Paladin, have just this stupid rotation that's all bound to one button. But the thing is, it's such a well scripted Blizzard, I'm confirming my cheatingness. You
Right.
should ban me from World of Warcraft. No, I'm just teasing.
But are you?
The World of Warcraft used to be so much easier. Went back in the original, when I played Mage, you literally opened with Pyroblast, then you had to get 5 stacks of Scorch as a raid, so you only had to cast it like once or twice.
Yeah.
And then you spammed Fireball, and that was it. That is all you did. And nowadays, it's like you have like a 30-button rotation. And I'm like, who thinks this is fun? And they balance it around that. I mean, what? That's not why I enjoy raid fights. I enjoy raid fights for the mechanics of the fight. But the thing is, I'm not even trying to knock the mechanics of the fight. They still have that.
Yeah.
So now you got like a 12-button rotation. Everybody is like the old school feral druid. Everybody's got a 12-button rotation, and you got to do all these other mechanics. Can I do it? Yes. Do I want to? No. That's it. Can I learn how to do this? Yes. Do I want to add this muscle memory into my mind? No. No,
Mine's
I
like,
do not.
do I know how to do it? No. Do I want to do it? No. Do I want to bind anything into my mind? No. Do I want gear? Yeah. So go ahead.
I don't even want gear anymore, man. You've played this game so much that I look at gear and I'm like, why would I try hard to get that?
That's
It's
true,
irrelevant
too.
in literally 3 months.
But really, life's irrelevant when you think about it.
I mean, it is true.
Yeah.
But isn't that the weird thing about progression-based video games? Is that even though we know we won't stop playing it, here's the most interesting life lesson I got out of a video game. In Korean-based MMOs, they will sell shop items like, custom armor or something, and it might just be like for looks. But what's interesting is they'll sell it for you can rent it for a week or a month or a year or buy it permanently.
Yeah.
And when I first started playing those games, I was like, why would anyone rent this for a week? And then I thought about it more and more, and once I stopped playing the game, I went, wow, I only played that game for 2 weeks. If I wanted to, I could rent that armor for the week, and I would have had that for basically the entirety of the time I was playing the game.
Yeah.
But instead, I bought it, and I will never go back to that game again.
I noticed that too. So we were playing this like Korean basketball game called Freestyle, and they like had all this gear and stuff. It's like you can rent it, and I had like the same thought. I was like, why would I ever rent this? And then I think I rented something for a week, and I was like, oh, that was cool.
I think that's the way we were raised. The idea of ownership. You have to own things. If you own it, it's permanent. But like you just said, nothing's fucking permanent.
Yeah. So that's what everybody, it's the baby boomer
own,
generation.
You will eventually not own.
Yeah. So I mean, like growing up, like that's the same mentality of like you got to get your house, your family, you got to buy the blah blah blah, get your career, and I'm like, there's people who have worked 30 years at a place and they just lost their job. Like nothing is like secure anymore. Nothing's safe. That's why everyone's like, why didn't you go to school? I'm like, doesn't matter. Like unless you want to be a doctor or some shit, then it matters. So obviously, you're not gonna be like, I'm gonna get surgery, and they're like, I don't got a degree or anything.
I don't. The thing is, I'm always worried about talking about my past with school because what I did is not necessarily the path for everyone.
I
mean, you may go to school and receive massive benefit because school does other things. Sometimes people will say, "Oh, but you go to school and all you get is paper." Yeah, but a lot of times you make a lot of connections. You'll meet a lot of people that are your people through life that can potentially help you get jobs, or you might start a business with, or same with professors. You might meet professors that become people that friends to a certain extent, or they can help you grow as a person.
They can even get you into jobs.
Yeah, sometimes the post university or the post high school, like university college, that area can just be beneficial for more than just the education you receive, right?
Yeah.
And you might say, oh, but you can get that anyway. And sure, you can. But I don't know how I would as an introvert. Like, I
Yeah.
don't have any real life friends. Most days of my life, I don't even go outside.
Most of my real life friends I met on
Because
the
I
internet.
work from home.
That's like the main reason I go to conventions, is to like see my friend. Because it's like you meet all your internet
Yeah,
friends
see, I
and you're like,
stopped
oh.
going to conventions because every time I went to a convention like BlizzCon, where I was supposed to meet up with WoWcrendor, he doesn't meet up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I told you like 20 minutes, and I only showed up an hour late. So, I mean, I don't know what the problem was.
It's like there's just a wall between us, and just every year it gets 10 feet taller, and I don't know what to do.
Except this program. But that's I think the hardest part with giving people advice, like always, like, how do I do it? Is that everyone's path is different. Nothing is gonna be the same as what you did, and it's like it's hard to give advice when if you give the advice you did and they follow the exact same thing, it probably won't work.
And anything impressive that me or WoWcrendor ever do, if we showed you how we did it, you would go, "Oh, I could have done that."
Yeah.
And you're right. You probably could have. But the difference is you didn't, we did. That's it.
Execution is the key.
Literally the difference.
You gotta execute. It's why so many people are always like, I have an idea. It's like, well, that's cool, but that's not gonna do anything. It's about doing that idea.
Dude, that's the weird part is when people value ideas.
Yeah.
Man, your ideas are fucking worthless. I can give you ideas just often. There are things I know you could go do right now to get popular on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've probably given this list last year. You know, here's the easiest one. Go adopt some animals and just have them eat food. That's it. I've seen people do it. It works every time. And the thing is, it'll never get old. Like if you just go get some cats and you dress them up and you have like a little cat date and you put some funny music on and just good camera angles, you just do that for the rest of your life.
That's 40
But
million
then you realize
Facebook
how-
views.
Hmm?
That's 40 million Facebook views right there.
Yeah. For Facebook views, it's like hundreds of million. Man. I did a Pokemon Go video this year, and it got like stolen and put on Facebook, and so the whole like, did you play the Pokemon Go craze at all?
Yeah, I played it.
So my video was just I took the Pokemon rap, but when it got to the rap, instead of the rap, it was just me going rat-a-tat, Pidgey, Pidgey, rat-a-tat, 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 Pidgey, rat-a-tat. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And it just went and like because Pokemon Go was so popular, someone took it, put it on Facebook, just millions and millions of views. Because Facebook views are so fucking bullshit. It's like, did somebody scroll past it? That counts. That's a view.
Yeah. Yeah, Facebook is... God, I hate Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook's probably my least favorite of all the social media things.
I purposely avoid it in my professional life. I use it because my extended family all use it, and so it's a good way to keep in touch. But as a professional standpoint, sometimes when people ask me like, "What's your Facebook page?" I'm like, I don't do that one. Should I? Probably, but I don't want to support that company. This goes back to your line as a creator of like what you're willing to do.
Excuse me, they stole my video. They're like, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's another Thanksgiving special.
That's another Thanksgiving holiday special.
Holiday special.
Year 5. Hopefully there's a year 6. Hopefully neither of us die.
No guarantee.
Or there's no guarantee. If there's one
you know
thing
what the thing is? It's the only reason we keep doing this, in all honesty, is because you're right. The fans keep harassing you. Because I got like 2 comments about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I should ask Crendor about that. And then you asked me that same day.
Oh my god.
And I think you were telling me that people always ask for this thing. So
yeah, it's because it's just it's like a holiday, practically. It's a holiday of a holiday.
Yeah, man. It's the day we fly around in World of Warcraft, and there's always that one guy who complains they're not even doing anything. I even like told Crendor, I was like, maybe we should do something this year. Then we were both lazy, so we could do it.
If I did things, I would be going against everything I believe in. So
that's a good point. You're the king of non-content.
Yep, that's what I did, and people have started copying me. Like finally, in the last like year or two, people have started doing non-content. I've even seen people like put non-content in titles of things, and I'm like, hold on there. I need to like trademark this shit. Copyright, trademark, patent pending.
Trademark demand, but that would involve doing something.
Yeah.
So
in which case
it would go against your own principle.
It would. So
how do I pronounce your username? Okatichaka.
Oh yeah.
Okata.
Okatichaka.
Great random name, Blizzard.
Yeah, that's just randomly generated. Went with that. I kind of like it. Kind of like okra. Like Katie Okra.
Okay, you're just adding an R. There's no R in your name that you just added.
All right. We're done here when I start adding in letters that don't exist. So.
Oh, is this the part where we just say "see ya" in the high-pitched voice?
Well, first I'm like, where can people find you? I ask you that first.
Who cares?
Yeah, really, who cares?
Just like you put something like in the description. Just put like, I don't know, my Twitter.
All right, I'll put your Twitter down there.
Like, who cares? Like, I mean, I said I was doing it for this promotion. I don't do it for promotion.
Yeah.
I do it to hang out with you for 2 hours. Or am I just saying that as another level to entice them? Because by saying I don't care, they might be more interested. See, it's a game of manipulation, Crendor.
It's a game of manipulation.
Trick the viewers into liking me.
I don't.
Follow me on Twitter by going to twitter.com. So just look in the description.
Go to twitter.com,
why tell them
guys.
stuff? I mean, clicking links is so much easier than typing.
It is. I don't think I've ever typed in something that someone was like, "Hey, go to twitter.com/"
Hey, if you want to call me, just give me a ring at 1-855-768-7562. That's a real phone number. Go ahead and try it. Leave me a voicemail.
I looked over at the thing and I was like, we didn't mention the phone number, and then there it is.
We had a joke prepared because we found something with that number, and then we didn't fucking do it. So
yeah, but
that's
at least we got it in there.
At least we got that joke. It's not even our joke. Just
it's
not even our joke.
You should comment about it in the comments and smash that, guys. Smash that like button. Hit that like button. Hit it so hard that it unlikes the video, and then you gotta like it again.
You know what? You might hate, if you hate the fact that YouTube. I don't even do it these days because I don't. For me, it does. It still benefits you. For me, I do such niche fucking content that it won't matter. Like there's nobody's gonna like discover it. They're either gonna be like, oh, this is a cool thing, I'm gonna check it out. But like they're all like hour-long videos and stuff. Nobody's gonna do it. But for you, it's like people understand that if you like Crendor's videos and makes them more popular and makes them more sustainable, and you might be like, but Rob, I hate people asking for likes. Fucking tell YouTube that. Just
seriously.
Because if we could just not have the like or dislike button on every video, sign us up.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
The videos could just be based on like views or merit or anything. God,
yeah.
The like system though, ugh,
it's dumb. It all stems from their shitty like 5-star rating thing too.
It's all about their aggregator for like engagement. Oh, we like YouTubers that were engaged. I don't. I want YouTubers that just fucking like the content and maybe like buy our shirts and shit.
Yeah.
Well,
but you know what I really got to do is click that like button. God, I just I hate YouTube.
And you know what the funny thing is? Like, a lot of YouTubers have figured out that by joking about the like button, they can kind of like make fun about it while at the same time reminding you about the like button. But by talking about how much the like button sucks, there's just levels. There's levels of YouTuber manipulation tactics. You learn it at YouTube school.
Yeah.
You can just sign up for
Every
it. I think they
YouTuber's
teach a
actually gone to
class.
YouTube school.
Hmm?
Every YouTuber's actually gone to YouTube school. I don't know if
It's
people
true.
knew that.
Yeah, you can learn it. I think the best school to go is the Trump University. I think that's the best
Yeah,
school.
that's actually where I went. I did. They give you like a little thing of bricks, and you got to build a little wall. And then after you do that,
Mean president. You elected a mean president. I
After
don't even
that-
give a. I'm Canadian, okay? I don't care. You guys, you can do whatever you want. But it's just amazing that we had this president that was built on Pepe memes on the internet. I understand that's not the reason why he won. It's a more complicated thing.
Yeah.
America's the most divided nation in the world right now. I got that, okay? I don't even care who won, who lost. It's just the fact that we have a meme president who tweets. That's amazing. That's how you know we're going forward. We have a president on Twitter. You have a president. The world has a president.
you know
I
what?
want the Snapchat one. That's next. Snapchat president.
Thought it was supposed to be Kanye next. It's
You
kinda-
know, you laugh, but it could happen.
Oh, I'm not laughing.
It could happen.
I know it could happen.
Maybe,
know.
maybe this is the start of like, you know, the more political figures around the world become just celebrities.
Yep, the end of the
You know,
world.
people want a face they know rather than a politician. Maybe that becomes a strategy.
Maybe
Who knows?
we'll be president one day.
Fuck no, I'm. Why would I run for office? You got to be crazy to go into politics.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, I would
hey,
never
that's
do that.
great if you want to do your country better, but I mean, literally, being a politician is like being a person who is deciding that they want everyone in the world to hate them.
That is true. That is very true.
I
I'd
mean,
rather just. I already have enough people hate me playing Hearthstone. I don't need more.
No matter what you do. Plus, we've said too many things on the internet. I mean,
Yeah.
this is impossible now. You want to be in politics? You got to be like squeaky clean.
Yeah, we've already said retard.
Oh,
That's
God.
like an automatic disqualification. Then again, Trump made fun of that one guy. He's just like, I don't know what I said, or whatever he like made fun of. And he got president, so who knows? I mean, I'm not.
I just, you know, if there was a theme to this year, it was kind of a hateful year in a lot of different ways, and I hope next year is like people are just more chill.
Yeah.
You know?
It was like there's so much. There's just hate
I just-
within the politics,
see-
hate within YouTube, hate within.
I'm not trying to belittle like the seriousness of politics or anything. Like I understand the world's melting down, but I mean, if you're watching this fucking video, you're obviously not doing everything you possibly could be doing to better humanity. Neither are we. So maybe we could just be chill dudes and dudettes.
Yeah. Next year,
Watch the videos.
let's hope for just some chill videos, some chill politics, some chill news, and everything's just chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now's when we say see you.
Yeah.
See you.